Have you ever wondered if the life you're living right now was chosen by you before you were born? What if every experience, every challenge, every joy you encounter was carefully mapped out by your soul, long before you took your first breath? Imagine that your soul, with infinite wisdom, chose this very life, handpicking every moment to serve a greater purpose, your awakening. This might sound like an abstract concept, but it is one deeply rooted in ancient spiritual teachings, those that have transcended time and space. From the sacred texts of Kabbalistic traditions to the wisdom of Eastern philosophies and the profound insights of spiritual guides like Carl Jung and Rumi, the idea that the soul chooses its life is not only ancient, it is also universally profound. The concept that your soul chooses the life you lead might be difficult to grasp in the context of modern material life. We often perceive our lives as a series of random events or choices we make from day to day. But what if everything, the pain, the joy, the triumphs, and even the suffering were divinely chosen, intentionally placed in your path by your soul? What if everything that seems to happen by chance is actually a piece of the soul's design, carefully orchestrated to lead you back to a higher state of awareness? The ancient spiritual traditions have long understood this truth. They spoke of soul contracts, of spiritual blueprints written long before we arrived here on earth. Each step, each challenge, each encounter strategically placed to guide us toward awakening. The soul, as they say, is not a passive entity, it is a conscious architect of the life you're living. It knew exactly what you needed to evolve spiritually and chose this journey, not by coincidence, but by design. There's a deeper truth hidden beneath the surface of your experiences. Everything you've ever gone through, the losses, the struggles, the lessons learned, has been part of a greater divine plan. Your soul, before birth, knew exactly what challenges it would face, what people it would meet, and what emotions it would feel. This was not random. It was not by mistake. The soul chooses the lessons it needs to grow, and sometimes those lessons are cloaked in difficulty, because it is through hardship that the soul refines itself. The soul's journey is not always linear. It doesn't always follow a simple path of success and happiness. Rather, it weaves a complex tapestry of experiences designed to bring about spiritual growth. This process of spiritual growth isn't just about achieving enlightenment in the conventional sense. It is about evolving, transcending, and rising above the limitations of the material world. Your soul doesn't seek to escape life. It seeks to understand it fully, and in doing so, return to the divine. If you pause for a moment and reflect on the challenges in your life, you might begin to see them in a new light. The pain, the frustration, the confusion, all of these experiences have a purpose. They have been carefully selected by your soul to bring you closer to your true self, closer to the divine essence you came here to rediscover. Your soul doesn't shy away from the tough parts of life. It chooses them, knowing that it is through these very struggles that the soul will be purified, like gold in fire. Now take a moment to consider the people in your life. Every relationship, whether it is one of love or conflict, was chosen by your soul as well. These souls, just like yours, agreed to play their roles in your life. They are part of your divine contract, chosen to help you learn the lessons you needed to evolve. Every encounter, every interaction has been orchestrated by the soul, guiding you toward a deeper understanding of yourself, of others, and of the world. Your soul chose this path, every intricate detail of it, because it understands that only through experience can you truly know the essence of life. Your soul chose the challenges to test your strength, your compassion, and your resilience. It chose the joys to remind you of the beauty of existence and the presence of divinity in every moment. It chose everything, knowing that these experiences would shape your journey and awaken you to the truth of your being. You are not here by accident. You didn't stumble upon this life randomly. You are here because your soul made a conscious choice to walk this path, to encounter the people and experiences that would guide you back home to your true self. The struggles you've faced, the triumphs you've celebrated, they are not separate from you. They are the very foundation of your spiritual growth, crafted by your soul long before you ever took your first breath. As you reflect on your own life, remember that you are living out a divine plan, a plan designed by your soul, crafted with love and purpose. Each step you take, each lesson you learn, is part of this grand design. And even when things seem unclear, even when the path ahead seems uncertain, trust that your soul knows exactly where it's leading you, back to a place of divine unity, wisdom, and peace. As you continue to reflect on your life, it becomes evident that your soul didn't just choose the experiences that would shape you. It carefully selected the challenges you would face, the obstacles that might seem daunting, but that were essential for your spiritual evolution. These challenges, which at times feel overwhelming or insurmountable, are not random occurrences. Your soul chose them, knowing they would stretch your abilities and push you toward growth. Consider the struggles you faced in your life, the moments where you felt lost, confused, or even broken. These moments, painful as they were, held deeper significance than what was immediately visible. Your soul knew that in order to reach a higher level of understanding and consciousness, it would have to face certain trials. These trials are not here to defeat you, they are here to transform you. The soul is not bound by the limitations of time. It exists in a dimension beyond our physical reality, a realm where it can see the entire trajectory of your life, from the moment you were born until the day you leave this earth. It understands that every challenge is an opportunity for growth, and thus it deliberately designs the path that will bring you closer to divine enlightenment. When your soul selected the circumstances of your life, it didn't do so lightly. It was aware of the difficulty, but also of the profound potential that each challenge would bring. Have you ever experienced a moment of deep struggle where you questioned why things were happening the way they were? Perhaps you faced financial hardship, the loss of a loved one, or an unexpected crisis. These experiences, though painful, are also deeply transformative. It is through these challenges that the soul undergoes its purification process, much like a piece of metal being refined in fire. The more intense the heat, the purer the metal becomes. In the same way, the soul uses hardship to strip away the layers of ego, fear, and attachment, until only its true divine essence remains. When we face challenges, it is easy to become consumed by the pain, to feel overwhelmed by the weight of the situation. But what if we could shift our perspective? What if, instead of seeing these moments as obstacles, we viewed them as the very means by which our soul grows? What if we understood that each moment of suffering is not here to punish us, but to awaken us? This concept may be difficult to accept when we are in the midst of pain, but the truth is that your soul chose these moments for a reason. It chose them because it knows that only through facing adversity can you reach the next stage of spiritual awakening. The struggles you face are not here to break you. They are here to build you. They are the stepping stones to your true purpose. You may have heard the saying, "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger," and while it may seem cliché, there is a deep truth in it. The challenges you face are the very experiences that allow you to grow beyond the limitations of your current self. Without these challenges, the soul would remain stagnant, unable to evolve. It is through the fire of adversity that the soul is refined and purified, ultimately moving closer to divine wisdom and understanding. As you look back at your life, reflect on the moments that seemed impossible, the times when you didn't think you would make it through. In hindsight, you may realize that these were the times that shaped you the most, the moments that helped you discover your true strength. These trials weren't accidents, they were part of the divine plan, carefully chosen by your soul to help you grow, to help you awaken to your true potential. But the divine plan doesn't stop at just the struggles. The soul also chooses the relationships you encounter, the people who come into your life, each one playing a vital role in your spiritual journey. Some of these relationships are easy, filled with love and understanding, while others are difficult, filled with conflict and misunderstanding, but both types are equally important. Each relationship, no matter how challenging, was designed to help you grow spiritually. Consider the people who have come in and out of your life. Some were there to teach you love, compassion and kindness, while others may have been there to teach you boundaries, self-respect, or even forgiveness. These relationships were not mere coincidences. Your soul chose these individuals to help you fulfill your divine purpose, to help you navigate the complexities of life, and ultimately, to help you reconnect with your highest self. The soul's design doesn't end with the external world, it also involves a deep connection to your inner world. Your soul has mapped out a journey that will guide you back to the divine, back to the truth of who you are. But the path to this truth isn't always straightforward. It requires that you face the challenges, the relationships, and the inner work that will lead to your awakening. The choices you make today, the actions you take, and the people you allow into your life are not random. They are part of your soul's divine design. Every moment, every interaction, every decision is leading you toward the next step in your spiritual evolution. Your soul chose this life, and it is up to you to honor that choice by embracing the lessons, the challenges, and the growth that comes with it. So, as you continue on your journey, remember that every moment, whether joyous or painful, is part of the divine plan. Your soul is guiding you every step of the way, helping you awaken to the truth of who you are. Trust that each experience, each person you meet, and each challenge you face is helping you fulfill your purpose and bring you closer to the divine light that resides within you. Let's dive deeper into one of the most significant aspects of your soul's journey, the choices it made before you were born. You see, while we may feel like we are making our own decisions every day, there is a deeper spiritual truth at play. Every choice you make, every decision you encounter, was carefully chosen by your soul long before you even had the awareness to understand it. Now, this doesn't mean that you are a passive observer in your life. On the contrary, it means that your soul has provided you with free will, the ability to make choices in every moment. But the key here is that your soul, before you entered this life, laid out a path that would allow for growth, healing, and ultimately awakening. It chose the experiences and people that would come into your life to help you navigate this path. Think about your life right now. Each choice you've made has led you to this moment, to the person you are today. You might be looking back at some of your decisions and feeling proud of how far you've come, while others might feel like mistakes or failures. But what if I told you that those mistakes were not random? What if those difficult decisions were part of your soul's plan to help you grow? Your soul chose them because it knew that through overcoming these challenges, you would move closer to your highest potential. The soul, in its infinite wisdom, understands the importance of contrast. It understands that without the dark, there can be no light. Without hardship, there can be no growth. Your soul created this balance, knowing that you would need both joy and sorrow, peace and chaos, in order to fully awaken to the truth of who you are. This doesn't mean that the challenges you face are easy, far from it, but it does mean that at a spiritual level, these challenges are not obstacles, They are opportunities. Every tough choice you face, every seemingly difficult situation, is a moment in which you have the chance to awaken. It is in these moments that you are being invited to step into your power, to trust that you are capable of handling whatever life throws at you. One of the most profound teachings of spiritual traditions is the idea that our souls are constantly growing and evolving, and it's through the choices we make that we shape the path of our evolution. These choices, no matter how small they may seem in the moment, are the threads that weave the fabric of your life. They lead you down the path towards spiritual awakening. Let's take a moment to think about a choice you made recently. Perhaps it was a decision that seemed simple at the time, but in hindsight, it changed the course of your life. Maybe it was a decision about your career, your relationships, or even how you spend your time. In the moment, it may have seemed like just another decision, but looking back, you can see that it was more than that. It was a turning point in your life. Your soul, in its wisdom, guided you to make that choice because it knew it would be a step toward your higher purpose. This is the power of your soul's design. Every choice, whether big or small, has meaning. Every moment, every decision is a step toward the awakening of your true self. And as you continue to make choices, remember that they are part of a greater plan. Your soul knows where it's taking you, even if you don't always understand the journey. But it's not just the decisions you make that shape your path, it's also the people you meet along the way. Your soul didn't just choose your challenges, it also chose the relationships you would have. From your family, to your friends, to the strangers you encounter on your journey. Every person in your life is there for a reason. Each person, whether they bring you joy or frustration, is playing a role in your spiritual evolution. Think about the people who have entered your life. Some might feel like they've been placed there to teach you love, compassion, and understanding. Others might challenge you in ways that bring out your deepest fears and insecurities. But even these challenging relationships are part of the divine plan. Your soul knew that these people would help you grow, even if the lessons were tough. There is a beautiful balance in the relationships that your soul has orchestrated. It understands that some people will be a source of joy and others a source of pain. But in both cases, these relationships are here to teach you. They are here to show you your strengths, your weaknesses, and your true nature. The people who challenge you the most are often the ones who are helping you see the areas where you still need to grow. They force you to confront your fears, your doubts, and your limiting beliefs. And in doing so, they push you towards spiritual growth. When you begin to see your relationships through this lens, you realize that no person is in your life by accident. Every soul you encounter is playing a role in your journey, and every interaction, no matter how difficult, is a step toward awakening. The people who trigger you, frustrate you, or even hurt you, they are not there to cause suffering for the sake of suffering. They are there to help you grow, to help you learn the lessons you came here to learn. And once you understand this, you can approach every relationship with greater compassion and understanding. Your soul chose these people because it knew that they would help you fulfill your purpose. Some people come into your life to teach you unconditional love, while others come to help you learn forgiveness or self-acceptance. Every relationship is a mirror, reflecting back to you the parts of yourself that need attention. And when you can embrace this truth, you begin to see every person in your life as a divine teacher, guiding you back to your true self. The soul's design is always leading you to one thing, awakening, and everything, every choice, every person, every challenge is part of that journey. Each moment, whether joyous or painful, is guiding you towards spiritual evolution. So the next time you face a difficult decision, a challenging relationship, or an unexpected event, remember that your soul chose this path for you. It is leading you toward your highest self, toward the awakening that is your true purpose. It's important to consider how your soul, before your birth, also chose the timing of your life. It didn't just decide on the events or people, it chose the exact moment you would enter this world and when you would face the crucial turning points that would trigger your spiritual awakening. This isn't a random sequence of events, it is a precise, calculated alignment designed by your soul for a very specific reason to ensure your growth. Imagine that every experience you've had, every joy, every pain, every lesson learned was perfectly timed. Your soul knew that certain lessons could only be learned at certain points in your life, and it mapped out the exact time for these pivotal moments. Your soul knew when you would be ready to face each challenge, to learn each lesson, and to take each step forward. Just like an artist who meticulously plans each stroke on a canvas, your soul has painted your life with divine timing, ensuring that each event unfolds when you are most ready for it. The spiritual concept of divine timing is central to understanding the soul's design. Your soul, in its wisdom, is not bound by the clock or the calendar. Time in the spiritual sense is fluid. It is not something linear as we perceive it, but rather something cyclical, eternal. Your soul has the ability to see past the limitations of time and to arrange the moments of your life in a way that is most conducive to your awakening. The struggles you face aren't random. They are placed in your life at the exact moment when you need them most. They are there to propel you forward, to challenge you in ways that will push you to grow. And with each moment of growth, your soul steps back, watching you evolve. But what is truly fascinating is that this process is ongoing. Your soul isn't a passive observer once you are born. It continues to guide you, gently nudging you toward your true path. Your soul has the power to remind you of your purpose and help you navigate life's obstacles, but only if you listen. In fact, one of the most profound tools your soul uses to guide you is your intuition. Intuition is the whisper of your soul, the inner knowing that comes from deep within. It is the voice that tells you when something feels right and when something feels off. Your soul communicates with you through these subtle nudges, guiding you when you are unsure and confirming your decisions when you are aligned with your higher purpose. This connection is available to you at all times, but it requires your willingness to be present, to listen, and to trust. When you begin to trust in this connection, you start to realize that everything happening in your life is unfolding at the right time. The people you meet, the opportunities you encounter, and even the challenges you face, each of them comes into your life at the exact moment when they are needed. Your soul doesn't make mistakes. Every experience you have is part of the divine timing that is leading you toward your highest evolution. Think about the times in your life when things seem to fall into place at the right moment. Maybe it was a chance encounter that led to a new opportunity, or perhaps a moment of clarity when you knew exactly what decision to make. These are the moments when your soul's design is revealed, when you can see that everything is happening exactly as it should. These moments are not accidents, they are the signs that your soul is guiding you towards something greater. As you move forward, remember that every experience, every relationship, and every decision is part of this divine timing. When things seem to fall apart, when life feels uncertain, remember that your soul is guiding you toward what is meant for you. You may not see it now, but in time, everything will make sense. The timing of your life is always perfect, even when it feels like things aren't going the way you planned. And so in every moment, whether it's one of joy or one of struggle, trust that your soul is leading you exactly where you need to be. The divine timing of your life is always in alignment with your soul's purpose, and it's working in harmony to bring you to a higher understanding of who you are and who you are meant to be. And now, as we come to the final piece of this incredible journey, it's important to acknowledge the ultimate truth. Your soul's purpose is not about achieving external success or following a prescribed path. It is about remembering who you truly are and reconnecting with the divine essence that resides within you. This life as designed by your soul is not about escaping the hardships of the world or avoiding the challenges that come your way. It is about embracing them fully, understanding that every difficulty is a step toward greater wisdom, greater peace, and ultimately a closer connection to the divine. Your soul did not come here to live a life of ease. It came here to experience, to grow, and to awaken. There will be times when you forget this truth, times when the world around you seems to make it impossible to see the bigger picture. You may find yourself lost in the chaos of life, questioning the purpose of your struggles, or wondering why things aren't working out as you expected. But in those moments, remember that your soul has designed this path. It chose this life, this journey, and these challenges because they are the exact tools necessary for your awakening. The soul's purpose is always evolution, to transcend the limitations of the material world and return to its divine source. This journey is not linear, and it is not always easy. There will be moments of doubt, moments of pain, and moments when you feel disconnected. But even in those moments, your soul is at work, guiding you, helping you evolve, and nudging you closer to the divine truth of who you are. Remember that awakening is not about achieving perfection in the external world. It is about understanding that everything you've gone through, everything you will go through, is part of the divine plan to help you rediscover your true essence. And when you do, you will realize that you have been on this journey all along, carefully guided by your soul, returning to the place of divine unity that has always been within you. You are here because your soul chose this path. Every experience you've had, every lesson you've learned, has brought you closer to the truth. You are not just here to live a life, you are here to remember, to awaken, and to return to the divine source from which you came. And so, as you continue on your journey, trust in the guidance of your soul. Trust in the timing of your life. Trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Your soul has chosen this path for you, and every step you take is a step toward your highest truth. Embrace the journey, embrace the challenges, and most importantly, embrace the awakening that is already happening within you. Your soul chose this life, every challenge, every joy, every person you encounter, with a purpose that goes beyond the surface. It crafted a journey of growth, evolution, and awakening, guiding you toward your highest truth. Trust in the path you're on, knowing that each step brings you closer to the divine wisdom that resides within you. If this message resonates with you, take a moment to reflect on the life you're living and the purpose behind each experience. Don't forget to subscribe, share this video with someone who needs to hear it, and comment below how you see your soul's journey unfolding. Keep trusting your path, your awakening begins now.